Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Renew, our first episode of 2025. Best way to do this is by discussing my 2025 ins and outs. I know I'm a little late to this whole trend, but truth be told, I feel my new year did not start till like this week, this Monday, because I was traveling. So I was in London and Scotland on the first week of Jan. Then as soon as I got back, I had to attend a close friend's wedding and I was super occupied with that. So I feel now finally from this Monday, I was set to get back into my routine, start working out again. And this has given me a lot of time to ruminate about my ins and my outs, more or less the goals, the mentalities, the mindsets that I am looking forward to adopting and the changes that I want to see. So, from my ins and outs, truth be told, my ins list is really long because we're really ambitious out here and we just want to do so many things at once, but a lot of them are interrelated to one another. So let's start with my outs first because it's a smaller list. So, my number one out for this year is alcohol. Last year, I sort of like tried to do this thing where I was in a detox period for a bit, but I completely stopped drinking from October till my trip in London in December. I was really inspired by this friend of mine who does not drink. I've done periods where I would just completely stop because I've never been too fond of it. I love the socializing aspect of it, cute cocktails and all of that. I love the vibes, it's super girlhood energy. The hangover the next day, or just the fact that alcohol is actually a depressant and it's so bad for your body. I feel if you do a little more research, you come to know that just because it's so commonly used does not actually make it good for you. It's not helping or supporting your body in any way. For me, it was just a thing that I would use to curb social anxiety or just help me open up more to be more myself around new people. And because the nature of my job is such that I have to socialize a lot, alcohol sometimes to help me, break that barrier. But it's a new challenge for me to incorporate to do that without this. I learned that I can totally dance and have fun without alcohol. Number two on my outs list is comparison. Consciously work on completely removing the threads of comparison. I have a whole podcast, by the way, about how to deal with jealousy and comparison, where I go in detail on how you can go about it. And it's full of super helpful tips. Just trust in my life's journey and my process instead of fixating on somebody else's. It's that simple, honestly. Another out is being indecisive. I learned on my trip to London that I am hella indecisive on really small things, what I want to eat. And then when I let go or waste time in the indecision when somebody else decides for me, then I get grumpy about it, which is not okay. That is something that I actively want to work on, is to make quick decisions. What's the worst that could happen? It could fail. It could be a stupid decision. You need to outfail everybody else. The more I fail, the faster I'll win. Oh my god, this is so big for me. A big out for me, which has been out for a while, but I just feel the need to say it here because everybody needs to just get on this and out this shit for real, is techno music. Can we stop listening to fucking techno? I just do not get the hype. I know I'm gonna get hate for this probably, but what is it? It's just, I don't get it. After 30 minutes, it sounds the same. If you're not on drugs, by the way, because I also want to be completely sober, how am I going to enjoy techno music? What I love about music and dancing and concerts and partying is singing out loud the songs that I'm vibing with and dancing to. I feel that also brings me so much joy because, because you're using your mouth, you're using your hands, all of that. And in techno music, the predictability of the song sort of dies because the hook's gonna come now, but then they keep repeating the part before the hook 7 times and then there's a drop. And then the whole energy in that moment's gone. The moment's passed. And then honestly, I do not fuck with it. Okay, my next out is watching people's stories. That is such a ironical thing to say as a content creator because I post stories almost every day. But I just feel if I am genuinely invested or interested in a person, I'm just gonna join their broadcast channel so I get more updates about their life. I don't need to look at 700 people's stories. How is it adding any value to my life? It is such a waste of time, and I feel it happens so involuntarily when you click on one and then you've seen 10 people's stories. Just so much information. At this point, I've muted so many people because I just don't want to know what's happening in your life. It's none of my business. Another out is PR from brands that I'm not gonna use. Of late, I've realized that I don't want to clutter up so much of my room and my life. If it's a brand where I know I'm not going to use the product, especially if it's skincare, because I'm very particular about the skincare that I use, and even beauty products. Fashion is still okay. Even fashion, I feel at this point I've completely stopped accepting PR that I'm not going to use because I don't know what I'm going to do with so many clothes. Another out for me is to chase joy based on results and chasing numbers. I want to completely switch and, work on that mentality, because it's caused me some grief in the past, in the sense that, because anything that you don't have control over, removing the emotion in the situation is necessary. I don't want to look at results as an indicator of my success or failure, especially if a lot of it is outside my control. So I need to figure out a way to do it where it does not stop my progress and my growth, but also is a safe and happier space to work with, and not something that causes grief. Another thing that I is out for me this year is sugar. I want to get to a point where I have already stopped taking sugar in like coffee and in my tea, in my beverages basically. But I want to stop having sugary desserts as well. I do use a lot of date syrup, so I feel that's a good alternative, but it is really high in calories. So I feel once I'm just adjusted to the taste of not having sugar, it's gonna be good. Oh my god, asking other people for opinions. What Kanye said, don't take advice from people less successful than you. And I completely stand by it. There is no need for me to ask a friend or anybody else who's not a content creator, especially, an advice on certain pictures or whatever. How would they know better than me? Why do I think they can do better justice to this than me? I feel I just want to trust my judgment, my gut, my intuition, because it's never failed me. My next out is feeling guilty over eating food, being very strategic with my meals. I want to stop doing that, because I feel even though it might have helped me at certain stage in my life, at this point in life it's just kind of getting toxic. Last year I literally dealt with, because I was just trying to get skinny for some reason, and I had a lot of body image issues now that I look back. And I feel I'm finally getting to a place in life where I am actually happy with how my body is, and I'm honestly so grateful for everything that it's given me. I'm not just saying it, but it's honestly, my body has supported me so much and it takes such good care of me that there is no reason for me to shit on it for the physical look of it. My next out is pedestalizing people. I just want to grow into my own energy so much this year. And I feel I have phases where I do this as well. Even last year, I got a taste of it. But I did end up pedestalizing people who I don't even talk to anymore. There was no need for me to do that. They did not have the best interest in heart for me. So it was just this need for validation that was coming from within. And I just want to stop doing that, because honestly, nobody's better than me. Let's be real. We're all just humans. Another out for this year is trusting people. Yeah, I know this sounds PTSD, trauma response sort of thing, but I just feel I want to be more careful with the people that I trust, not be super naive, not give people benefit of the doubt unless they've earned it, and just be a little more protective of myself and my energies. That's what I mean by not trusting other people. It's being rather more protective of myself and my energies and who I give that out to. Now let's start with the ins, because ins are super exciting. It's all positive, good vibes, good energy, the right mindset for this year to continue that hustle. My first in is morning sunlight. As soon as I'm done doing my yoga, nidra, meditation, I would come down into my garden and I would journal. And I don't know what it is about the sunlight, but I feel I'm just getting fresh air and being in nature first thing in the morning. It just, especially because I live in India, right? So I have the privilege of using sunlight in the morning whenever I wake up. So I want to be able to use that. It's honestly, I think it did a lot for just my basic happiness levels. My main words for this year that I've been telling everybody, I'm going to tell you guys as well, is consistency and discipline. At least for the first 3 months of the year, I don't want to spend a lot of time in recreation. I just want to build a very disciplined and consistent routine, and to put in a lot of time and energy to have a structure for my work, because I'm a freelancer. It's all over the place, but this is the one thing that I want to set, so I get super consistent in terms of the content that I'm putting out on YouTube, on Instagram, and eventually other platforms as well. That's the word. That is the in, the biggest in. The third in is gratitude. Want to practice that more, just more of that, feeling that energy every day, make that a part of my routine. The fourth in is gua sha. I had a phase last year where I was gua shaing regularly, and honestly, the difference is insane how it can sculpt your face. I want to learn more and put more time into learning about facial massages and stuff. So I could probably do this on my Sundays. Another in for me this year would be to completely become a Pilates princess and to also be very regular with my steps. I want to hit 15 to 20K steps a day. Another big in for me is to do solo trips this year and to do solo dates. I want to set aside a day every week where I am going for a solo date and take this more seriously, because this was a goal of mine last year, but I honestly could not do much because I don't think I was in the right headspace to do it. And now that once I establish a little more routine in my work, I would want to incorporate this. That would be the next step. Another thing is getting more into manifestation. Honest to God, I have manifested a lot of things in my life, but they've been very unconscious. It's not been like, I put this on my vision board and it's come true. It's been more, I think about it in the morning and then I get a call for it later, literally, or during the day. It's been that quick, but it's been on an unconscious level. I haven't actively tried to manifest it. It just sort of happened on a much quicker pace than I would try to manifest something else. So I want to learn more about manifestation and just figure this out, what's working, what's not working, and the methods that work for me. I want to build more effort-based validation. It's about the journey, not the destination. And I want to figure out actionable ways in which I can implement this mindset. Another big in for me this year is going to be rewatching old Bollywood movies. I honestly cannot wait to watch Jab Tak Hai Jaan again. I can't wait to watch Devil Wears Prada again. Just really feel good movies and just movies that I love. And also new movies. I want to make it a point that I watch at least one new movie a week. That's going to be a big in because it's going to do so much for my creativity, inspiration, and just joy. Learn more about Botox, about red light, about anti-aging. This year, we have to fucking invest. Invest in my work and invest my money and managing my money and learning more about that. The 2-minute rule is a big in this year because it's a productivity rule and we're all about consistency and discipline this time of the year. So what the 2-minute rule, if you guys don't already know, if it's not going to take more than 2 minutes of your time, you do it right now. You don't put it for later. If it's replying to that email, if it's coming up with a concept, if it's doing returns, a big in for me this year, more than getting my nails done, is to get my pedicure done. I've been getting nails consistently done every year last month and I feel it really helps me with my content. I feel good about it. It's cute, right? Most people don't take care of is their toenails and how their feet look. And I love a good looking pair of feet. I feel there's something so feminine and powerful. Oh my God. This is a new in for me that I literally added 2 days ago on the list. It's that I want to get back into sports and just being open to new experiences. The other day, my friend told me that we're going to play pickle, but I thought it's paddle for some reason. And honestly, I just have PTSD from sports because I've never been good at it. But I actually played pickle with my friends that day, and it was such a fun socializing activity. I totally get the hype because it's just such a great way to get your workout and plus connect with people and just socialize. Oh my God, trusting my journey in life, trusting my moment, trusting the universe, just a lot of fucking trust in myself, not in other people. Begin. And in context to that, creating for joy and the fun of creation. Whether it's shit posting or whether it's creating a piece that I'm passionate about that takes me 3 months, it does not fucking matter. But if it's fun, if it's joyful, to create from the point of excitement and not necessarily from the point of numbers and chasing. Another big one for me, the goal is to work on being a better friend this year, to connecting with people from a genuine place of connection over networking for benefits. You know what I mean? Like genuinely having interest. Because I've noticed that a lot of people who are actually good at networking and who are just people person are actually genuinely interested and they care and they want to know. I want to develop that interest of actually wanting to know what's happening in other people's life and just have better friendship experiences, because last year I've lost a lot of friends. I'm not bitter about it at all. Sometimes I feel our karmic cycles were over, so there's no hate or whatever, but I feel for this duration, maybe it's done and dusted. In the future, who knows? People come, people go. Every friendship has a phase. Oh my God, another big in is athleisure wear. I am just fucking hooked into wearing clothes that are cute, that are so wellnessy clothes, but not necessarily workout clothes. Another in that was on my list was Snapchat, but I literally downloaded it the day before. And yesterday I got all the streaks from my friends and it just was so nostalgic. So I deleted the app. I don't think I can go back to it. Maybe I'll give it a try again. It was an in and it's already an out. Well, what's happening? This was too quick to process and too real. I want to post as a creator on Snapchat, but I don't have that interest to connect with people and my friends on Snapchat. I'd rather do that on Instagram. Oh my god, this is so counterproductive to everything I've been saying. I need to be genuinely interested. But also I just feel it's a waste of time. I don't know. It depends. Finsta. Yes. This is literally, I'm gonna start a fucking Finsta because I've just been feeling there is so much that I want to shit post. And a Finsta would be a great place to start. Delegating work to people who are good at it so that I can focus more on things that I really want to do. Movement over a strict workout routine and a strict schedule and following sets and reps. No. I'm gonna prioritize just moving my body, get back into the love and not be super restrictive or controlling with my workout and my diet. That's a big in for me to repair my body image. Another big in fashion is Indian wear. I cannot believe I'm saying this because I've literally been so pick me about this in the past, but I don't know what it was. But I've been really, really vibing with Indian wear because I love Indian wear in Western silhouettes. It's so cute and I feel just a new space for me to experiment. Another begin for fashion is less trends and more style. Taking more risks and talking to more people. Just communication, networking, connecting, discipline, consistency. These are my words for this year and wellness. Wellness that is very flexible and very not forced. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Those are my ins and outs for this year. I really hope you guys loved watching this video. Let's have a full conversation about your 2025 ins and out in the conversation below because I'd love to know what you guys are up to this year and what you're excited about this year and which 2025 ins and out from my list inspired you. Follow me on my social media and I will see you guys in my next one.